Well, in the midst of everything going on right now between coronavirus, racist cops, racist people, Trump, in no order. And normally I don't get political, so at least on this channel. And I won't be today either, so any worse than that. Kind of relaxing before going to work, and I guess I'd give you a little distraction and show you around the garden today and what we've been doing here at Lawson Woods with my co-pilot Edwina. Yeah? You gonna help me show the people? Maybe? Camera shy? Yeah. Oh, alright. Anywho, so if you've been following my channel, you know we've got this big, beautiful, tiny house now. I can't even fit in one shot when I'm right next to it, of course. So I've been working on stabilizing it and all that jazz. And right now I'm working on unburying the tires, and as it's going on a foundation itself. The tires will still stay, but right now they were holding a lot of the weight. That's been a fun project. So, yeah. That's been an ongoing project. But here in my first little area, my first little yard, you can see the things are not progressing real quickly, but I'll take you over to the garden and show you what's happening over there. Some exciting things. Micro Tiny House is still here. She is listed for sale right now if you're interested at $7,500. Quite a bargain for a house that's traveled over 6,000 miles. But don't worry, folks. I'm thinking about changing my mind and just parking her somewhere else and keeping her. But if the offer's right and in the right time, we'll see. Anyways, back over to the garden. So you can see I need to mow my little patch of land here. But I've been purposely letting the wildflowers grow here, as my neighbors have in their area. Pretty these are. Still not a whole lot of bees out, which is scary. I've seen bumblebees. That's about it. Even as I stand here right now, you'd think you'd see some, but no. Oh, there's a bumblebee. Doing his little work, or her little work. Because it's his work, right? Anyway. And there's Edwina. Come on, you gotta help me out here. You're supposed to be helping me. Alright, so anyways, back to the garden. Back to the garden. So here on the side, you'll see I've got some ferns. And I've got some lavender here. It's looking real good. And I got my snap bean back here. Oh, some strawberries here, if they make it. And then over here, these are my variety of potatoes. I've got some blueberries here, blueberry bushes here, which I have to kind of trim these back so that can get some sun. So I'll be working on that before I go to work. But anyways, you can see I got some blueberries already started. Yeah, baby, I got to get them before the birds do, once they're ripe. My zucchini here in the back is doing, it's alive. There were two other planted, but yeah, they didn't make it, so. Now look at this beautiful red leaf lettuce. Oh my gosh, I've already had a chance to have a couple of these, and you can't get this in a store, baby. You cannot get this in a store. It's delicious. Then I've got my romaine lettuce back here. not ready yet. And oh, so just to show you an example. So in the back, for some reason, I'm thinking that's where critters are getting them, deer or something, but that's another red leaf lettuce, didn't make it. That's a romaine that didn't make it. You can see I've got some onions kind of planted in there as well. My cabbage over here. Grown slow, but that's okay. It's not been very warm. We've been way below seasonal average, even for this part of the country in the Pacific Northwest. So back over to the garden on this side here. Uh-oh, yeah, some deer. Look at that. These darn deer. Just clipping the tips of them. Clipping the tips. These are English broccoli here. Probably I'll plant them in the next couple days, I guess. See how they do. More variety of onions here, delicious onions. And asparagus is growing so tall. Now you can't eat asparagus, or you should not harvest asparagus, that is, for the first year. I'm sorry, for the first 2 to 3 years, as they need time to get a basis in the ground, and that way they'll come back year after year after year, possibly indefinitely. So yeah. And then I've got some yellow pear tomatoes here, heirloom tomatoes that again, the deer are just loving. So this year is kind of an experimental garden to see how I can grow here, how things work. So I'm not too worried, I guess, if the deer take it or some of it. Next year I'm going to put a fence around it, and I'm actually going to expand the garden. And so radishes and carrots are there as well, and oregano and garlic and parsley and rosemary. So next year, come on, Weens. Thank you. So next year I'm going to expand this area here. If I don't sell the tiny house, the little one, then what I'm going to be doing is relocating it over here, but in the back a little further, and kind of let that be a garden shack, a she shed. So yeah, so anyways, and then I'm going to expand this here as my garden here. I've got a lot of work to do next year, but like I said, I first wanted to experiment this year and see how it goes, and I really wasn't sure. There's been a lot of changes. 1 year alone. So anyways, I plan on doing that, and then I'll still have a spot open right there for my friends and family to park an RV, as long as it's not huge. Too huge. Oh Lord. Anywho, so it's gonna be a long day. What you doing? So that's about it here in Lawson Woods. We've got some lots of different wildflowers that are coming up, just beautiful all over. Not a whole lot of mushrooms yet. Been finding. We did have the bear is back and has marked a few trees. Haven't seen any scat yet, but he or she has been walking through because he's been marking a few of the trees. So. I'll kind of show you a quick example of it without going all the way down the hill. So over here, what they're doing, they're really hungry right now. The berries are just starting to come out, and they're not really ready yet. So they're looking for grubs, is what I believe is happening. And so they're really burrowing in to these things here, and you can see below where it's piled down. And there's some marks and other stuff further down the trail. And where's the other? Oh, that's not that far. So anyways, this one is just me walking over it. But you can tell down here a little further. Get back on my trail again. Don't have my walking stick, so my luck, I'll fall on my ass. All right, so here you can see, so come around. So they are trying to find grubs. They're hungry, so yeah. So now we're back on bear watch for the year. Come on, Edwina. We've already been down for a good walk, so Well, anyways, that's the latest happenings here in beautiful Lawson Woods in the Pacific Northwest. So, in this ugly time, try to find some sort of beauty, something that'll make you happy, whether it's planting a garden or walking in the woods. Ciao for now from Lawson Woods.